Hey everyone, Chris Sawyer here. The Varietal Show is back. I am with a great man here that's sitting next to me, and we've got the Waits-Mast. This is an amazing Pinot Noir from Anderson Valley. That's where we're at right now, Mendocino County. The man sitting next to me, some of you know his name, Rex Pickett. Anyone hear of this man? You might have seen a movie called Sideways or read a great book called Sideways. Guess what? This is the author. This is the man right here with me, Rex Pickett. So, Rex, here you are. We're together right now in Anderson Valley, here in Mendocino County. We're here for one reason, primarily. It's called Pinot Noir, and to talk about your new book coming out, too. But it's been a good day, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's been a great day. I had to do a panel on barrels,
Yep.
but got through it.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we have the big tasting, and last night we had a wonderful welcome ceremony. And
We
tasted
certainly
through,
did.
You know, we were there and we tasted through. I couldn't believe how many great Pinots there are from Anderson Valley.
Absolutely. Brashley Vineyard, thank you so much for hosting that one last night.
Ashley, yeah.
And we just had a great time. Anderson Valley is very unique, everyone. It goes from northwest to southeast. It's a very strange kind of way. It doesn't go straight. Like we talk about, the Santa Ynez Valley where, Sideways the movie was based, and that's pretty much going east to, west to east, right there. Where this one kind of isn't the same way, and it's kind of because it's protected. It's protecting the wind coming in here is being protected by this big ridge right in front of us, and that's what makes it so unique here. This is called the Deep End we're at. We tasted some good wines from the Deep End, and this is one of those great ones, the Wetzel Vineyard Designate. We really had a good seminar about this. They were featured. Really good husband-wife team with an amazing winemaker. Just wonderful stuff. What did you think about this wine when we tasted it earlier?
Yeah, I mean, it was, it's really lovely. Some of the Pinots up here, they tend to be a little lighter,
Yep.
because we're in a little cooler climate and close to that really freezing ocean, but they're starting to get, more extracted. And, it's just got a great, black cherry.
Black cherry, nice little tannins, but also a lot of acid, which we all love. We love acid, and you got to have acid to make it more than grape juice, It's got to have the real deal in it. And, what really brought you into loving Pinot Noir? I think this is a big question that everyone would want to ask you this. And, I mean, you made a movie that made Pinot Noir quite famous and helped it. What was your first experience with Pinot when you went, this is good?
Yeah, it is. I started going to wine. I was living in Santa Monica, and I started going to wine tastings up at a little place called Epicurus. Every Saturday, it was my only outlet because I was totally broke at the time, and I got to know the guy, the owner's main guy. There were only two people, and when the owner left, the other guy, Julian, he was not unhappy with his salary, so he took it out on the inventory. And I just fell in love with Pinot. I was not a cab guy. A lot of the wine tastings were a lot of big Bordeaux cab people, whatever. And I've always, I don't hate Cabernet, but it's big, bold, it's tannic, and I know Pinot seemed to me had a much wider range of expression from terroir to terroir. I mean, Anderson Valley is obviously different than Sonoma, and Sonoma has its own serious appellation. Then you go down to Monterey, it's different than Santa Barbara, but up north in Willamette, it's different soils. And then let's talk about Burgundy or Chile. I was in Chile.
I know.
I did Sideways Chile. So I think it has a greater range of expression, and it's just a feeling. It's like with film or literature. You just know there's greatness in there, and I've never lost my love. That love of Pinot was not affected. It was not made up in my novel. My character Miles, played by Paul Giamatti, is my alter ego, as you know.
Yes, I do.
As you know, it's written in first person from the point of view of Miles. Miles loves his Pinot. He still does.
Yep, still does. So we're going to taste the second one here. We're at Lula Winery right now, and we're going to be having a great barbecue tonight. You can just splash that down too if you want, and I'll pour you some of this. This is right next to Handley Winery, if you know Handley. This Lula brand was started, about 15 years ago. Really great brand. And I just really wanted us to taste this before everyone got their hands on it, because we're special, right? Damn it, we're all special.
That's a great wine.
This is a great wine, and so there you go, Lula. And once again, Anderson Valley. Other reason that's of note that why it's special that, Rex and I are together right now is it's the 40-year anniversary of the AVA. So it was designed in 1983. It was when it was granted. Santa Ynez, the same place where Santa Rita Hills was granted in 1983 too. Russian River was granted in 1983. Willamette Valley was granted in 1983. That's why my book's about 1983. And these amazing areas on the West Coast that were granted. There were 19 overall. And, you know, we're sitting here in one of the special ones. It's a warm afternoon. We're just enjoying ourselves, but this wine is good, you know?
Yeah, it really is. And this, again, has that beautiful black cherry.
Good. Really kind of a little spicy tanginess on the finish there. I would say that's got a little bit of, like, sometimes you say pink grapefruit, but it's a little bit more of a blood orange kind of thing, like a little blood orange peel kind of on that back end. A little citrusy.
I think of it as just, I'm not into the descriptors, Chris, but I can go there with you. But
yeah.
I mean, what I'm tasting is really ripe fruit here.
Yeah.
Really ripe Pinot fruit. And it's, I was really impressed with the Pinot Noirs from here. Not that I should be. We know about Williams-Sellium. Of course, we know about
Litterai and Dutton Goldfield
and Goldeneye. So we know about those, but some of these, you know, I'd never heard of Lula.
Yeah, well, that's great.
The other ones.
I'm glad to help introduce you to these things too.
I like being introduced.
And we love Anderson Valley, obviously. Anderson Valley Wines, and you can find out more information, you know, avwine.com on these guys. We're going to taste one more, and one of the things about this valley that's so special is just, you know, you get, it wasn't just these little kinds of new wineries that came in here like Hush and Navarro, and we had Greenwood Ridge, you know, Alan Green and his family, and Hanley right down the street from us here. But also like some big ones that we talk about Roederer, that great sparkling wine, and they came here. This is a French company that came here. People went like, whoop, what's going on here? What is it about that area that's special? And another one that came in is called Duckhorn to start a new brand called Goldeneye. And so we're going to taste that one now. You know, you've tasted a few wines over the past few days. You're impressed with them.
Well, you know, Dan Duckhorn started this, of course, because,
I know.
You know, I took out his Merlot.
Yeah.
You know, so he doesn't really, you know, he's not a fan of, no, he is a fan of mine. Yeah. He loves me, but, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, this Goldeneye is a terrific wine. You know?
I agree. And, you know, we met the winemaker, Kristen, today. She was speaking. It was a fantastic experience, you know, and what we get to really look at. You know, one of the things that really, you said something good in your seminar today about art and how, you know, wine and art are related. You were talking about barrels, and what I think about with the barrels are the frames of the pieces of art. Like, we look at Mona Lisa, but it's in a great frame, too. There's a lot of things about the projection of it and how barrels really help build the flavors in some ways, add little nutrients or little softness of the tannins, but also add spicy kind of elements to it. This is a bigger style of wine, obviously. That's a Duckhorn style thing. But I really think that what Kristen's done there is really create a more of a kind of an elegance factor to this.
Yeah, and I love the fact that of the three winemakers on there, she was the only one who had her wine in barrel for 16 months. Yep. So Pinot in barrel for 16 months is longer than a lot of people only go 10, 12 months. But I think it benefits from that extra time. I think it softens it. I think it too. Also bear in mind through the oxygenation of the barrel. I'm now an expert in barrel.
Yeah, he's an expert now.
Well, not really. But what happens is you also get some dehydration
over
that time. And so you get a more... you know, you create some more intensity in the fruit. Yep. So that extra at a time, I didn't want to bring that up in front of the two gentlemen who had only 10 months in barrel. Yeah. Let's face it, they need them for next year.
Yeah. So
it's an economic thing.
To me, the greatest scene in the movie, and it's what earned her an Academy Award, was Virginia Madsen talking into a box, basically, just the screen, just to us, really talking about her love of Pinot Noir. I thought that was a really riveting moment.
It almost didn't make it in the movie.
I know, and thank God.
I mean,
Alexander Payne, thank you for keeping that in there.
Yeah, you've done your research, because the first three drafts, it wasn't in there. Miles went on, and she said nothing. And I said to Alexander, he gave me every draft of the script, And I said, she's got to say something. And,
Yeah.
and he wrote the speech. He cobbled it together from stuff in the book. And God, it almost brought tears to my eyes. They shot it, and then he tried to cut it all the way to the end.
Oh my God!
All the way to the end, he tried to cut it.
Well, she earned an Academy Award for that scene in particular.
Well, she earned an Academy Award nomination.
Yeah, a nomination, right? Yeah, a nomination. That's correct. But
she did win many awards, and I defy your listeners who watch Sideways and watch it again, watch the movie, and when she starts in on her speech, turn the sound off.
Yeah.
Her character doesn't exist. You know that Virginia Madsen's only in the movie for 12 minutes? So you take that 3-minute speech out, and she is a cipher. She is nothing.
Yeah.
So one speech can make almost a whole movie. In fact, actually, Alexander said something very interesting. He was really worried about he showed the film to a lot of people. He showed it to Mike Nichols, the great Mike Nichols of The Graduate,
yeah,
Afraid of Virginia Woolf, blah blah blah. And Mike Nichols said to him, "Your movie doesn't start until Virginia Madsen speaks," and that's when he knew he was going to keep it. He said that. And otherwise, he thought it was too sentimental.
Oh my
God!
God!
It was too mawkish, and it was going to date his movie. That's what he said. And I love Alexander. He did a great adaptation. It's very faithful. But that speech wouldn't have been in there had I not pushed him to write it.
Well,
and then he shot it, and he still didn't want it in there. And then Mike Nichols said, "Are you kidding me? That's when your movie starts."
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Well,
true story. These are the inside stories that I tell.
See, you guys. This is the insight you get on the Varietal Show and with Rex Pickett himself.
And I'll come and tell the stories and. To your winery. I've been doing so. My publisher Blackstone just came out with a hardcover, which Chris has been showing to you. Never before in hardcover, ever before in hardcover, and I'm doing events leading up to. Actually, the release of Sideways New Zealand.
New Zealand coming.
I was there for 6 months.
Yep.
Miles and Jack are in a camper van with a special needs cat.
Oh my God!
On a book tour.
Special needs cat.
Yeah, Max.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my. Here we go.
Yeah,
Max the cat. Max the cat, you guys.
The character, Miles. Of course, Miles needs an emotional support animal, right, Chris?
I like cats too, so you got me there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll sell a book to you just for the cat.
I look forward to it.
Okay, good.
This new thing with New Zealand. Tell us a little bit about this new project, and what led you to New Zealand and to do the next chapter.
A gentleman called me out of the blue, just like I did Sideways Chile too. But what guy called me out of the blue, and it was hard to get into the country at the time, and finally they opened up, and I went there. And it was in the winter, and a friend of mine. I've got to find the story there. And what's he doing? Well, he's disappeared from the world. He's got a half hectare of Pinot. He's got a girlfriend down in Central Otago at Prophet's Rock Winery. I stayed there, and I thought, he's here on a book tour.
Yep.
Almost all
Amazing.
my books, and even I've also written and directed 2 films. They're all road movies, all of them. And so somebody said, "Well, he's on a book tour. Why doesn't he go in a camper van?" I started laughing, and then with Jack.
Yep.
And then you think Miles and Jack in a camper van. That can't be good.
Yep.
Something's got to go wrong there. Well, everything could go wrong, will go wrong. So anyway, then they got me a camper van, and I took that trip from the south of South Island to the north of North Island.
Oh my God!
Along the East Coast. Oh my God!
I love New Zealand, and what they're doing with Pinot Noir there now, and it's amazing. And there's some great stuff. So you got to watch out for that stuff.
Prophet's Rock.
I want to say too, the part about Merlot in the movie, it was a statement. But look, I always think about it this way. They just get done golfing. They come in. He finds out his ex-wife's going to get married. He's losing it. He goes into Los Olivos Cafe, says, "I don't want to taste any of that bleep, bleep, bleep Merlot," and ends it there. But that's not the part. Actually, he gets up from the table, goes back to the bathroom, supposedly, and calls his ex-wife, and she's like, "Oh, you're not coming to the wedding. You're just not coming to the wedding." And so, come to find out later, a little bit more, he likes Merlot, but they liked it together, and there was a problem there. And Cheval Blanc at the end, he's kind of adapting, Cheval Blanc with Merlot.
You got to feel your facts wrong. But that's okay. First of all, it wasn't Cheval Blanc in the novel, it was Chateau Latour.
Well, Chateau Latour in
but
the novel.
They wouldn't give them the rights.
Oh.
So he turned to Cheval Blanc. It was an inside joke by Alexander. He knew it was largely Merlot. But Merlot just kind of got in the way. Miles is basically saying to Jack, I'm disapproving of your cheating on your fiance. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to be a wild card night. So if anyone orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I'm not drinking any fucking Merlot. And so it kind of got in the way. But Merlot at that point, of course, after 10 years of being cropped, and it was a $5 plonk.
Yeah.
And there are great Merlots out there.
There are better Merlots now than there ever have been.
It had become synonymous with wine philistinism.
Yep.
And that's the fact. They needed a course correction. and they got it. I didn't write the screenplay. He pulled. I wrote the line though.
Yep.
But he pulled it, and that's the number one thing. People that
Yep.
Virginia Madsen's speech, Chris.
Well,
the two things.
well,
and also the naked man.
Yeah. Well, the naked man running at you was scary.
Yeah.
But I mean, and he's naked.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I think that the biggest thing for me and what it helped all of us is it actually the women already got Pinot. Men started drinking Pinot after they watched this movie.
Well, Pinot, women did get it because it has a certain femininity to it. Men wanted to drink those big bold cabs or whatever. And so basically, Miles, but Pinot was only 1% of the red wine market in the U.S. And after the movie, it has grown to about 10%, and it's also still very low production.
Yep.
So I think a lot of people, men included, have started to recognize what I recognized in the 90s, which is it has this wonderful range of expression, I guess. And I don't want to sound redundant here. And it's different from, well, of course, Burgundy is very different than from Sonoma and from other places. It's such an expression of the terroir. Where Cabernet, I don't even know where it's coming from.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I don't know where it's coming from.
I know it's crazy, but. Now you know inside scoop on a great movie that you've seen, and if you have not read the novel, you gotta read it. The man is sitting right here with me. We are in Anderson Valley. We are having fun. This is the Varietal Show, and you guys, it's great having you with us. We've got some business to do. He's going to go sign a bunch of books, and we're going to drink a bunch of wine and eat barbecue. And life is good here in Anderson Valley. Come and visit this amazing area. And thank you once again for being on the show, Rex. It was really fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers to that. Here, here.
All right.